Hello, my friends. It's Jill Osborne from the Interstitial Cystitis Network. Now, my job as a support group leader is to educate and inform, and I love those days when I get to share really good news. And I really don't like the days when I have to share distressing news, and unfortunately today that is what I must do. Now, in 2018, researchers at the Emory Eye Institute in Atlanta, Georgia, were the first to describe what appeared to be a retinal disease or retinal damage associated with the use of Elmiron, also known as Pentosan polysulfate. Now, Elmiron is in fact the only oral medication approved for the treatment of interstitial cystitis by the US FDA. It was approved by the European Union in 2017. It has been used by tens of thousands of patients around the world, both in the brand name form and in the generic form. But today in the United States, there is indeed a black box warning on Elmiron, because we now have multiple studies that have found an association between retinal disease and its use. But the key question was, what happened to eyes after patients stopped the medication? Did they get better and improve, or did they get worse? Well, the Emory Eye research team just released a 4-year follow-up study where they followed 12 patients who had been diagnosed with pigmentary maculopathy, who had stopped the medication. They performed an extensive array of retinal testing over time. And at the end of that study, they found that retinal disease did, in fact, progress. And theirs is not the first study. We knew a couple of years ago that the damage appeared to progress within the first 6 months. And then in 2023, researchers across the country at UCLA released a study where they looked at eyes from 6 months to 30 months after stopping the medication, and they too found a significant progression of retinal damage over time that could lead to retinal atrophy. Now, the key concept here is informed consent. You as a patient have the right to know what the risk versus benefits of treatments could be. And I would ask you this: would you want to take a medication that could make you legally blind? I think you would certainly take a step back and reconsider it carefully first. Now, the American Urology Association guidelines for IC put that burden on the urologist. It is a urologist's job to have a really thorough discussion with their patient about these risks versus benefits. But here's the problem. Urologists don't read eye journals. They don't have time to read eye journals. So I need your help. If you could please come on over to the IC Network website, icnetwork.org, and print out our latest article, which has all of this research, and give it to your urologist. That would be great, because we want to make sure that patients have complete knowledge here. Listen, retinal damage certainly does not happen to every patient who uses it, but it is a known risk that resulted in a black box warning, and this latest study is certainly very concerning. Now, if you find articles and videos like this helpful, would you please come on over to the IC Network also and consider becoming a member, or maybe making a donation? The reason why I ask is we were actually subpoenaed by the Federal Court of New Jersey to provide all of the research that we had done on this issue a couple of years ago. And that incurred significant legal fees. And we have no chance of getting that back because we are not legal party to the lawsuit. So we're trying to recover a little bit of that money. So if you could consider making a donation, that would be absolutely wonderful. Of course, I'm always happy to work with patients by phone. Don't hesitate to reach out. You can find our phone number at the top of our website. If you'd like to email me, my email address is icnetwork@mac.com. And to those patients who have already been diagnosed with retinal disease, I'm so sorry, hon. I'm so incredibly sorry that you're going through this. But let's see if we can work together to make sure that this doesn't happen to other patients. All right? Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best. Take-home summary. Elmiron, generic name Pentosan polysulfate, is the only oral medication approved for IC by the US FDA. It was approved in 1996. In 2018, researchers at the MRI Institute were the first to describe retinal damage or disease associated with Elmiron use. Multiple studies have now confirmed that association. A black box warning was added to the medication, informing patients of the risk of eye disease and encouraging regular eye examinations. Studies have now found that damages progress even after stopping the medication. The AUA requires that doctors discuss the potential risks and benefits of potential IC treatments like Elmiron, but they don't read eye journals regularly. So please help us spread the word by printing out our article and sharing it with your doctors. And if you find these videos and articles helpful, please consider donating to the ICN or becoming a member. We can't do this without you. We are the only IC group advocating for your needs on this topic.